Hi, good morning. Welcome to another Relax and Paint. And today I'm going to do something that's one of the most popular things besides the rose, and that is working on leaves, different kinds of leaves and different colors of leaves. And I know we did leaves and white flowers that were like a watercolor effect, but these are some standard strokes that will help you with all kinds of leaves. So it's a good practice. I actually have a leaf stroke study that is on my website, onestroke.com. And when you go there, there's all kinds of stroke studies. There's birds and butterflies and simple flowers as simple leaves. And then there's leaves of flowers too, which means a little bit more. And there's roses, one on all roses and all poppies and all like all those cool roses that lots of people want to do besides my traditional rose. And just all kinds of different, I can't remember them all. I've got 11 so far. I need to do another one. So I'm excited to share with you today. And I got my silver button for doing 100,000 subscribers. So I want to show that soon, and kind of unveiling of it, and got to figure someplace cool to hang it. And it just reminds me of all you guys. So I'm hoping that that you're here with me with good health, or you're recovering and this is relaxing for you. I feel very blessed, and my prayers, I think, constantly for those who are following me, that you'll have good health. This will give you some peace if you're struggling, and we all have ups and downs. And what I love is what painting has done for me in my life. When I lost my daughter at 23, no cause of death, her heart just quit. And I buried myself into painting because while I was creating for a little bit, I didn't think about the sadness. So I'm blessed. I have 7 children. And now we have 29 grandchildren, and my Maria up in heaven is watching down over them. Thank you for being on this morning, and I hope that that you'll feel peace this morning. And if you get to watch this in the morning or at night, that you'll pull out some paints and some brushes and paint, and then come share them on my Facebook, the Donna Dewberry's original Facebook group. And there's such wonderful artists there, and we share with each other from practice strokes from my Fridays. Every Friday I have practice strokes, and I give you homework, and then people go and share it there. So it's really fun. And if you ever need to just talk to me and you want to know stuff that you don't think I've answered here, be sure to message me on Messenger, because I'd love to hear from you and I'd love to help you for your goal, what you want to do. All right. So let me know. So far, the white chrysanthemum and those willows, those cattails and pussy willow type sticks with swallows on those. That's been a really popular one. And then this full rose swag. So tell me what your most favorite one is, okay? All right, let's go and start painting our leaves, all right? I'm gonna go to the overhead and we are gonna paint together, all right? Now I'm gonna be on scrapbooking paper today, all right? And so I've gotten aqua. This is thicket, happy green, which is like citrus green, some wicker white, and this is dioxazine purple and a little bit of neon purple just because it looks good, and some floating medium. And we use floating medium if you've never watched me before instead of water, all right? I also want to encourage you to go watch Donna Dewberry on TikTok, all right? My grandson's got me going there and it's kind of fun. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you is a simple leaf, all right? So I'm going to get my 2 greens. So I pick up my thicket and I'm going here. And I'm going to go back and forth and push really hard to work it into my brush. Okay, so I've got lots of paint, so I shouldn't need medium on this. And because if you have plenty of paint, you don't need it. So let's go down and over. All right, so that I can do these strokes with you. All right, so I'm going to put a line here and I'm going to push down on an angle. I'm pushing forward and I'm standing up. So push and lift, push and lift. So when you go faster, it looks better. All right, see, I've got that ridge I don't like there. Now you can stroke over this. All right, so let's go push and lift, and then we're going to pull a stem in. Now I'm going to come over here so you can see me do this. I'm going to pull a stem right in the middle there. All right, so let's turn it this way so you can see it better. So I've got 1 at a point, 2, 3, and then I go on the chisel on this edge of the brush and you pull right into them. All right, so can you see that up close? All right, so the same thing, you can come up to each one of these, and this is how we're going to work to get those. Now, I'm going to do a long slender leaf. Now I'm calling these a slider leaf, and this is a long slender leaf. So I can go like this. I can do bamboo. I can do long bulb flowers. Have this kind of leaf. All right. So push slightly, pull, stand up to the chisel. So pressure, release, release, pressure, release. All right. So if I take these, I'm going to put a little bit of white in here. Work a little bit of white into the happy green. All right. So with the 12 and smaller, I mean, when you're loading these smaller brushes and doing your strokes, you don't need floaty medium, so you should be fine. All right. So look at this. I'm going to do, see my little fingers helping me? Look, I can come this way. Watch my little finger. I can be on the chisel and I can pull down or I can pull up. All right. So I'm going to come right here. All right. So we're going to do a slide, little skinny. Slide. I'm trying to do that in one stroke, so I want to clean it. All right. So now you're going to go to the other side. I'm flattening my brush over on my palette. Then I go 1, 2, 3, right across from each other, okay? 4. See, this is just regular scrapbooking paper. It's more interesting to paint on and pretty to look at afterwards and say, oh my gosh, I did that. And I'm liking the way it's looking. I want you to see how fun it is just to work some, oops. I was going to just put a teeny bit of purple. All right. So look what happens here. We're going to do some palm fronds. Want to keep coming over to get more paint. All right. So if this was a frond that's hanging like this, watch what happens. You get a long slender one, and then you're going to have another one hanging here and hanging here. And each time, look, I'm just going to come a little bit on this neon purple. We have beautiful neon pink and purple and orange and blue and green. And they just give this a bright, brilliant, pretty color to your painting. All right, so that's just a hanging palm frond. Okay, so let's do, I'm still going to use a 12. I think the 12 helps you see. All right, so helps you see it more on this page. So I want you to stop and pause this and practice that, and then come back and try it again until you feel comfortable with it, okay? I also want you to see that if I take a V and then make it into a Y and start right here, and I can scrub back and forth and make a seashell. See that? That's like a rose petal. All right, now it looks pretty dark, but it is light. Let me put a little bit of white in the aqua, yeah. So we're gonna come right here, and then we're gonna stand up, stand up, stand up on that end of the Y. Okay. And stand up and pull your stem in. So I'm going to pull a stem in there again. There you go. All right. So let's pick up some brighter green. I'm going to put a little bit of citrus with this aqua. Okay, so now look what happens here. I started on my V, and then I want you to see what happens here. Oops, I picked up the wrong color. Let me do this again. All right, so this was here. Now, when you have a 12, you're going to have more ridges than when you have a larger brush. Now, I'm just going to move over. So here's the citrus, or the happy green, and then the aqua's in the middle, but I'm going to just come over, and then I'm going to pull the stem down into there. All right. So I'm still not happy with this, so let me show you what I can do. Here's my 3/4 inch flat. I can pick up some white, make it brighter. Got to work it in, work it in, work it in. All right, now I'm going to go back on here. I want you to see how much prettier it looks with a larger brush. All right, there's my seashell, and there's me standing up. So look at this over here. And stand up. And then I'm going to pull a stem right in the middle. All right, doesn't that look better? Now what I want you to see is if you do this too much, you get bad ridges, and we don't want to. I want you to be careful about how often we go and pick up. All right, so let's go over here. I'm just going to do this bigger also. 1, 2, 3, scrub, see my shell, and stand up. Okay, so to make this work, I'm going to come over here. Remember the green was here. I want to just move over here, and the green's back here with some aqua. Okay, and scrub. No, I think that looks way better with a 3/4 inch brush because it stands out better for you, okay? All right, I want to show you the difference when I come in here clean. Citrus or happy green. That good? Get some white. All right, So now look what happens. Here's your V, Y, 1, 2, 3, wiggle, wiggle. There's my shell. Then I'm going to take and come all the way down to a point. Okay, let's do this side. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to wiggle, stop, roll the brush over, and take it all the way down to the tip. Isn't that kind of fun? That takes some practice. So this is what I want you to see. The second side is wiggle, roll, and all the way over to the point. All right, so this is like an S. All right, so I'm up here. I lay it down, stand up to the chisel, and roll all the way down from here to there. All right. I also want to show you, let's go to our smaller brush again, to our 12. All right, I want to show you a leaf that's really fun. Picking up a little bit of purple instead of that neon. The purple is showing better. Okay, so let me show you this leaf. This is a fun one. All right, so I'm on my, let me move over here. So I'm going to start at an angle. And this is going to be a tall, slender leaf. And I come over the top. So I went up, over. I started at an angle. I ended there. Okay. And then I'm going to take whatever's on this edge, which is dark green, thicket. I'm gonna, on my chisel, I'm going to roll, go along there, and I'm going to slide down. Okay, now this is how I usually do this. Would you like to see? I usually come up, over, stand on my chisel, roll my brush, and come down, just like I flipped and rolled that. Now this is when I do need some medium, because I'm going to just touch the medium and work it in. And I need it because I'm on paper. So look, I'm sliding up on the chisel with pressure, stand up, go to the chisel, roll this over. All right, now that didn't turn out like I wanted it, so it's easy to pick up more paint, come up, chisel, right here, chisel, and roll the brush and come down and around. All right, so this takes a little bit of skill, but let me show you, this is that trick I wanted to show you. Up, so chisel, push down, stand up, go over the hill. Now I need more paint. Over the hill, there I am. Okay, so see this line right there? Some people come right to the top and go straight down. They do this. That's wrong. Okay, don't do that. All right, we're not coming right here and stroking straight down. We go up and over. All right. I do that so you don't come back and say, oh, that was right, if you're not listening to me. Okay, so let's do it one more time. I'm going to slide up to here. Now I don't have enough paint here. So remember, this is when I get all the paint I need, tap the medium, work it in. Okay, now let's do it again. So I'm coming up and over. Have you learned anything yet? This is fun, I think. Okay, now whatever, if there was a light on top, but there's not, there's dark on top. So the dark's gonna follow. It's gonna follow along here, and then you drop it down and come out. Oh. So the dark is on the bottom, you come around here, or, see, I need you to see the dark one along and follow this, what followed. So let's do it again where it's in the light. Slide, up. Now, oh, I meant to put the light up, but let me show you how this one comes down. All right. So see, this shadows for you. Let me do it one more time. This is fun. This is for tulips and irises and lilies. That's all bulb flowers. All right. So I'm going to take and lead with the light on top and the dark on the bottom. Okay. So the light's on top. So I'm going to take the light here and the dark on top. There you go. Can you see the dark was under here and up there? So right in here, it automatically shades it and looks like it folds, and it's really pretty. All right. I got a little heavy-handed there, so try not to get as heavy as I got there. Now, so you'll see that it's easier to practice these heart leaves with the 3/4 brush instead of with this brush instead of a 12, because you get a fluffier leaf. All right. And so I'm going to show you just a couple more strokes. All right. So here's your V. I'm going to push down, stand over here and push down. And that gives you a little heart leaf, kind of. You'll see that again. All right, so I'm going to go this way. Or I can wiggle. So I can go smooth on one side, wiggle on the other, and pull a stem. And I had the V in the middle, remember? So wiggle and wiggle. There you go. All right, now there is a fun collection of leaves that I would love for you to practice and show me what you do with them. And until next Wednesday, or come Friday, come paint with me on Friday and learn how to do an orchid. All right, see you next time.